Good morning, everyone. This is Fliss from Chiltern Music Therapy, and I am here today doing another day in the life of a music therapist or community musician. So I am a music therapist here for Chiltern, and I have arrived at my setting for the day. So today I am at a school all day. It's a primary school in the East Midlands, and I will be working with children with special educational needs, learning difficulties, and other complex and difficult needs. So I am here in the sensory room, which I will show you in a minute, and I will be getting ready for my first session. So this is the room that I do my sessions in. It's quite a nice room. It's got a lot of sensory things though, so as you can imagine, it can be quite distracting for the children, especially when the lights are all on. So I tend to keep all the lights off and try and really encourage the children to stay within the music and using the instruments. But it's a nice spacious room. So yeah, it's pretty good. So we tend to do all the sessions over there on the blue mats because it's more comfortable, and a lot of the children like to be, they're quite active, they like to lie on the floor and roll around. So I find that doing it all over there, unless they're kind of standing and wanting to do any stomping and anything like that, that can be quite nice on this hard floor. So this is how I set up for my first session of the day. With the particular client I'm working with, it's a young boy with Williams syndrome, very, very motivated by music. And I find I try and minimalise how many instruments we have. And over time, we've kind of realised that these are the ones that he gravitates towards most. We are working currently on communication skills, so we're looking at understanding more complicated language and further steps. So we've got like a big drum and a little drum and a big xylophone and a little xylophone for him to understand. We've got the communication card at the back, so he can use that to choose instruments that he wants. And we've been trying to get more steps of communication. So when he wants me to do something or he wants us to do something, he has to say, "Play the drum, please, Fliss." And we're working up towards that. So I've just finished my first session and I'm about to get my things ready for my group. And this is one of my favourite sessions of the week because the children are just so lovely. And even though they are not as communicative as other children, a lot of them are wheelchair users and they're all mostly non-verbal. It's one of my absolute favourite groups because the responses that they give to the music and how they join in is just so wonderful. So I'm going to go and do that in a classroom, and I will let you know how that goes. Hello. So I have just had lunch. So we've got a very busy morning. So straight after my group, I had another individual. Still haven't had time to do any of my notes from those last two sessions, but now I have another one pending after a quick lunch break. So I am just setting out some instruments that I know will be useful. So I have to change the instruments for every child I see because they all have different engagement levels, and also some of the children can have a couple of behaviours. So I try and avoid smaller, heavier instruments for children who might throw things or become a danger to themselves. And other children I have like to put a lot of things in their mouth, very hyper-oral. So for example, with my next client, I won't put this out because these chime bars are removable, which is excellent. But one of the things that he likes to do is chew on these. And also we've got some sensory lights there. He likes to chew on those as well. So I have to try and move everything away from that. Obviously we don't want him eating anything that could be bad for him and cause a choking hazard. So I am just organising through my instruments to put out for the next session. And then after this, I have got 2 more and then a lot of notes to do. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. So I have made it back to my car after a very, very busy day of sessions. So I basically have 3 back-to-back individuals in the afternoon, all primary age, all non-verbal, all children presenting with some behaviour and communication difficulties. And it's just back-to-back, so it's non-stop. And they're very, very different clients. So it feels very, very busy. And by the time I get to this time, I'm ready for a cup of tea. So most therapists will do their notes on site and do them after each session. But like I said earlier, due to the time constraints of the school, with the kids needing to get ready to go home, I try and get through as many sessions as I can so I can fit the amount of sessions that we need to fit in during the day. And then as I don't live very far from here, which is a miracle, then I can do my notes at home, and I usually spend some time getting on top of all my clinical notes and all my admin work. So I'm going to head off and do that now. So I hope that's been interesting to you and you have enjoyed listening to me talk about my day as a music therapist in a school. Thank you for watching.